Hey everybody, welcome back. It is Saturday, July either the 11th or 12th. I'm not exactly sure of the exact date, but it is week 2 of 2019, and the Savage Axis 2 heavy barrel 6.5 Creedmoor project is still underway. Um, I apologize if the video is a little bit shaky. My tripod is MIA at the moment. I'm hoping I didn't leave it at the range today, but we'll track that down in a later, or hopefully find it and get it back here soon enough. So, for those of you that have been following along since the beginning, I'm sure you probably noticed something different in this picture. And if you haven't figured it out yet, it's that the new stock has come in, and we are no longer sporting the factory Axis camo plastic stock. So, I kind of teased about that there was some sort of option coming for this gun, and well, it came on Thursday. FedEx delivered this baby for me, and I couldn't help it. Despite our snow and freezing temperatures today, I went out to the range and just figured out how it shot, and tried 3 different types of ammo, and I figured I would update you guys with where I actually am and let you know how it did. So, first, what it actually is the Boyd's at 1 pepper laminate. So it's kind of hard to tell in the picture, especially because of the kind of the color of the carpet, but it is like a coyote-ish, I'm sorry, not coyote, but like a gray and black laminate. Really a nicely put together stock. I was pleasantly surprised when I opened the box from Boyd's and found that the stock came with torque specifications and things like that. I feel like with every out of the box question or every out of the box gun, everybody always has the question of what are you supposed to set the action screws to, because studies have kind of found that makes a big difference in accuracy. Well, with this gun, there was a sticker right on the stocks from Boyd that says we recommend setting this to 35 inch-pounds. So that's exactly what I did. And so this is where I'm at. You can see it's got the length of pull and cheek comb adjustment. The length of pull was, I didn't realize how uncomfortable I was under this stock, or on the old stock with length of pull. But you can see I have the spacer out about 2 inches. So that was obviously bothering me without necessarily me realizing it. But the cheek comb was definitely a trouble spot for the last gun. I could not get a comfortable, repeatable cheek weld once I put this new primary arms first focal plane 4-14 on it, especially with the EGW 20 MOA base. So you can see it's kind of, because of the angle of the MOA, it just changed the angle of the scope to a spot where I couldn't get comfortable with the factory stock. Now, yes, I could have put a like Matthews Fabrication or some other Karsten or something like that cheek riser on it, but I figured if I was gonna spend $30 or $40 on a upgrade, maybe I should just look at spending $200 on an entire new stock that was going to allow me to fix the chat or the stock flex and some other things that I didn't love about the factory stock. So here I have length of pull, adjustable cheek weld or comb height, and then Boyd's shipped this with the upgraded factory metal trigger guard. It has the metal mag release And you can't see it from now, but my factory Savage mag clicks right in. It's a very tight fit. The gun dropped right in. It torqued great. The barrel doesn't float as cleanly as I would like it. My thought process was I'll go shoot it today, be unhappy with the results, and come home and start sanding on it. But I'm kind of wondering if maybe where it's putting a little bit of tension against the barrel, it might actually help with some of the harmonics. So I'm going to continue shooting it as is. And if the gun continues to group the way it did today, I'm not going to do any additional floating on it. I know some barrels do better with stabilizers and other things like that mounted on it. So I'm kind of wondering if maybe there's enough rub. It's right around the rear stock, or I'm sorry, right around the rear sling stud. So you can kind of see it there behind my Harris. So the barrel floats all the way back to right about there. And there's a little bit, just enough to feel it resistance to where it's not fully free floated. And then it obviously gets tight around the rear, or around the recoil lug, which it's supposed to. So I might eventually have to take it off and do an update and do some sanding and things like that. But when we get to the target here in a second, which you can kind of see in the lower left of this video, you'll probably agree with me that there's not a lot of work necessary on this thing right now. So if you're just tuning in, quick rundown like I do in every video. This is a Savage Access 2 heavy barrel in 6.5 Creedmoor. It has the Aki trigger. You can see it there. EGW 20 MOA base. It's the primary arms 4 to 14 first focal plane scope. It has a Glades Armory bolt handle. It has a Harris bipod with Hawkkill custom feet. You can't really see that at this exact angle because of the carpet. And then now our newest addition is the Boyd's At-One laminate stock. So I went out today and I shot my sort of consistent, old reliable test ammo, which is the Federal Fusion 140 grain ammo. I shot the, I believe, 125 grain Winchester Deer something soft point. And then I shot another group with the Burger loaded Gold Match Federal. And this test today kind of affirmed that this gun loves the Federal Fusion 140 grain bullet. It did not care for the 143. It did not care for anything in the 130, specifically the 140. So our previous best group was like a .89, and here are the results from today. That, despite it not looking like it, is a 5-shot group at 100 yards, and it measured .47. So that is about as good as I can hope for a factory loading and a factory gun. Factory barrel, bolt hasn't been reworked, factory trigger with a little lightning, things like that. So from here, I think we're going to make sure we can go out and duplicate those results. And then we're going to do a little bit more work on the trigger. It's still a little heavy for my like. I'm not a huge fan of the Timneys for the Savage Accesses. I might reach out to Timney and see if they'll send me one that I can kind of play with. Maybe I'll look at a Rifle Basics. But I wanted to give you guys an update. So this is where we're at. I think the gun, it looks great. I let a couple of the range officers shoot it today. They all felt it was, very comfortable. It was a nice shooting gun. It was predictable. It was accurate. This is kind of everything I would look for out of this platform so far. So again, we went from a .89 before the stock to a .47, and that's 5 shots. You can easily see 4 of them, but I double tapped the bottom one there on the right, which is why it's a little fatter than the top one. So thank you to those that have commented and provided insight. Stay tuned to the journey. I will probably post another video in the next couple of days kind of outlining where I bought things, the prices, so you can kind of get an idea of what I've spent, why I picked these upgrades specifically versus some other things on the market. And I actually have a new rifle to introduce to the channel as sort of another budget project. In the meantime, thank you for the support. I hope everyone's 2019 is off to a good start, and I hope everyone's getting a chance to go out and shoot accurately and, test their marksmanship skills. Thanks.